I didn't kill anyone yet. We'll work on it. So that's immediately, we're up to 62,300 Kerbins. And lots of science. Let's go in here and buy some. Let's spend some of our science. Take them both, because we can afford them. Ooh, shit. I could have actually afforded the next tier if I would have chosen just one. It's fine, Pawn. Just don't try and be tricky. Wait, can I afford a tier? 20? 18? 15? No, I can't. Well, we got a thermometer now. If I wanted more science, I could get more science. But we don't need science. We're going into mission control, and we're going to escape the atmosphere. Probably will hold off on orbiting Kerbin. We'll take escape the atmosphere, and then is there something else that I could do? For example, testing the swivel engine at the launch site for 2042, or for 2700, testing the hammer. We just got decouplers, right? So I can do that. Those are the two things. We're not going to try for an orbit immediately. It is hard mode KSP. We've only got 2 tiers unlocked. Let's not, get ourselves, well, not ourselves, but let's not get others killed too quickly. I'm getting back into the flow of it, I guess. I don't know, I feel a little bit awkward. Knew that, knew this, get us another, we're gonna build a new ship. I know about parachutes, that's the thing we're gonna need. I'm gonna want a decoupler. Oh, I forgot, this is a thing in hard mode, you actually have to pay money the first time that you use it. So first you unlock it, and then you have to buy into it. We're going to need a decoupler.
Build the pawn hamster ball of science and roll around KSC to collect all the science.
We could do, but it's silly and fun, and I don't want to be silly or fun in Kerbal, this is a very serious game. There's no barns or anything. We don't want to go to orbit, we just want to tool around. We just want to get off into and I don't want to have to deal with re-entry heating and stuff like that, so we don't even want to go that high or fast, really. Well, high is fine, fast not, and they're kind of linked if you've heard of science. So we'll decouple there, and this is going to get us the clearing of our contract to test the hammer. So we test the hammer, and then we do that, and then that breaks off, and then we parachute to come back. How much DV do we got in there? That's 2,347 meters per second. This being hard mode, and it also being Kerbal Space Program, I'm gonna go ahead and 3-sided symmetry me up some fins to try and help steer. That is the correct way, right? That's how I usually do them in, dolphin pattern. So this is going to be 0-2, up and out of atmosphere. That's all we want to do with it. Don't want to get crazy. Nerf, go big, big, big. You want me to try? No. That's how we get people killed. Look at that, huh? See, now I've balanced the weight, except for that you would need to come up just a little bit more. Boom, they're both 0.005 tons. I mean, we are going out of atmosphere. It would be nice to bring up a mystery goo, but I'm not gonna risk that. No, this is the up and out. Let's get Valentina some experience, because I was watching Hardcore Pawn, my YouTube series back, and every time that we flew Valentina, shit went tits up. It was not... There were always problems with Valentina's missions. Let's prove that that's not going to be an issue here today. And also, a very important thing that we need to do now, that I noticed is a thing now, is we can make it look nice. We could do like that. And then this one as well. And then we'll just leave the black at the bottom. Huh? Maybe we could have this one be like that. No, like maybe yeah. Okay, I like that. That's pretty. Tits up, literally. Yeah, I didn't want to. I realized that was kind of a thing, but I didn't. And then you drew attention to it. So now what can I do? Let's launch it. Let's get the up and out, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. It's a simple craft. It just needs to, break atmosphere. No big problem. Good luck. See, now that makes me nervous, DMCA official. You're still using your troll account. When you say good luck, it sounds to me like you're saying good luck, and that's not. I don't need that. I don't need that right now. Give me a temperature scan then. Do that, and then can I just right click and collect the... I can't, can I? You have to get out, and okay, and then the camera's in a weirder position. Sure, take the data out of there. You don't need to be a scientist to do that. And then board, and then I can get more temperature data, I guess from the atmosphere once we get out of atmosphere. But other than that, it's just SAS, rockets to full. I didn't look at the TWR of this while I was building it either. I probably should have looked. You know what? We'll throttle down a bit because it's going to be a pretty lightweight craft. That won't help the solid fuel, though. It's just going to go. This is actually my main account. I can't use other emails for Twitch because long story about alt accounts. Okay, yeah. Let's not. I don't want to be an accomplice to anything. My not partnership is under threat from not having it.
All right. Are you ready, Pawn?
I guess. Are you in a hurry? Usually I call for you and then...
Yeah, I'm making a run. Do you need anything from the liquor store?
liquors? We're running a space program here.
Oh, no, I'm not getting alcohol.
What are you getting then, Houston?
Toilet paper?
No one has toilet paper. That's bullshit. It doesn't exist anymore. COVID, buddy.
All right, I'm getting a jack. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. This is a lot, actually, to manage with the pressing of the buttons and then actually launching a craft. TWR here is actually kind of reasonable, and we should have cleared, we have cleared the contract that you can't see because it's under, but we've tested the hammer there, and this is actually good speed. The TWR is fine.
Go.
This is decent. This is not, it's a little bit too fast for as low as we are. Hammer, don't hurt him. Please, hammer, don't hurt him. Okay, I'm gonna slow down because we're just still in the very dense portions of the atmosphere. And I just want to turn down the bowl just ever so slightly. I'm just tapping. You can see it, it's down there. I'm just tappy as we get up to here. I don't really try to make a full-on hard turn down until after 10,000. I've been through the 1.04. You remember that one? You remember that release, the Kerbal Space Program, the 1.04? Oh, that was a thing. That actually happened. It was a lot of exploding in the atmosphere and flipping and things like that. Ooh. We've got reports to take, but since we can only take what we have once, we're going to wait until we're out of atmosphere for it. I'm still burning this nice and slow. What are we looking at in terms of apoaps? 60... Oh, shit. All right, well, turn it down a little bit more. And we'll get up to 72 and I'll stop. That should be fine. And then let's follow our prograde.
So while most countries had people panic buying toilet paper, do you think the French were like stupid people, just wash your asses in a bidet?
That certainly does solve that problem, doesn't it? I'm just going to extend that I just like it when it's out like that. But yeah, I've very much been a fan of the idea of shooting a certain temperature of water at my rectum. But I don't have that, and, you know, it just shows you, civilized nations didn't have the problem. Stage TWR is also available by clicking the 3X by the stage number. It says Papa Bull Dust. I know that I could see it in the VAB. Can I, you're trying to get me to delete a stage or something. This is my first day as a live streamer. You know, it's Alt F4 has all of the best commands under it. I get it, thanks. We're not trying to circularize. It takes 3400 DV to do so. But, you know, we've made it to space. Right? So let's push it out. Let's have some fun up here. Right? Maybe we can get to, like, the next ocean over before we come down with this craft. Push that apoaps. There we go. That's good. If I just pull it up a little bit more, it'll keep it in front of us as long as it can. And that is our lot, friends. Before I look at where we got, I'm going to need crew report. I'm going to need temperature scan. And apparently that's all I can get. Apparently that's all I can get here. But look at how nice Kerbin looks, huh? And look at how nice space looks. Retract the antenna for re-entry. And I suppose actually if I de-staged right now, we could get a little bit more time in space, technically. Let's do it. Yeah! Alright, so now I could have used that as an ablator though, you idiot. You could have been ablating with that. Let's do that. Let's turn SAS off and let's see how much distance we got with that 2400. So about 1/5, 1/6 of the planet's circumference diaphragm. The radianals. Hopefully we don't have so much speed here that the lack of having an ablative shielding is a problem. I mean, we just went up and came down. We're 1700 meters per second. I don't think you even get shock heating at 1700. Oh god, everything's on. I mean, we're gonna get there, right? We could just slowly spin. That's nice. We could also fizz warp to make this happen at a more reasonable rate. And the spin it helps us control our descent and shave speed, and it's not just because Val really likes it. Okay, that's the craft starting to get hot. Yes, that is a thing. Oh wow, that is a very hot craft. Valentina, don't die. Okay, she didn't die. We're fine. It was fine. And we're gonna come down on land, which is always good for like your first serious flight is if you have to land on land, because it's so much firmer than water. You know that you're down on land is why that's a good thing. I'm just going to go back down to time warp none, and we're going to radar altitude. Oh, Jesus, what was that sound? Well, it wasn't us, and that's important. So that was the part of my ship that I threw away. Parachute safe to deploy? It is safe to deploy. Let's put it out now. Oh, shit, we're probably way too close. I should have opened that a little sooner. Slow us down, slow us down. So 100 and, yep, there you go. There you go. What is the altitude? We're fine. We were all of 200 meters from dying. And since we're coming down now, we'll go ahead and just extend that antenna, you know, for the pretties. For the pretties. You know, she's wanted to tune into, she's picking up some Netflix series she's been watching. Just bark your ear off with Netflix.
Did we not all switch to using 3 clamshells when the TP ran out?
I don't know how to use the 3 clamshells.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal
That's
morality
hard landing,
standard.
but it's fine, apparently. It is fine. That was beautiful. Valentina, I want you to step out of the craft. I want you to get me an EVA report. Where are we? We're in the grasslands. Don't think a spacesuit was necessary here either. Apparently, well, you've just got fucking opinions about everything, don't you, bitch? Take the data out of there, and then back in, and then we do a temperature scan landed. Quite pleasant. I thought so as well. And then I should be able to do a crew report from the grasslands as well. Overwrite the existing crew report. But yes, we still live in, this is just how it works, and so we're always going to keep it that way, land, where you got to get out, take the data, then reboard, and now you can take a second crew report, because, you know, it's her thoughts and observations. So how could she possibly have them if there wasn't room in the capsule for her observations? Crew report. That's her assessment of the situation. Thank you. That's it. That's the mission. It's done, and we have achieved both of our tasks. Up there at the top right, you kind of half see it behind the things that I've got in a place that doesn't quite work for Kerbal Space Program, does it? You can take multiple crew reports? How did I not know this? Right? You have to get out and then remove the data from the capsule and then put it back in, and because you took it out and put it back in, now it's sorted alphabetically, and now she's got room to think. I don't know what the hell the premise is behind that, but we now have 43.4 science off of that mission, as well as 147,300 Kerbins. This is good. This is going, you know, nobody's dead. We're accomplishing the goals. We're not overreaching. I haven't even tried for orbit yet. Let's go get the try for orbit mission, which is always fun in hard mode with a limited supply of equipment. So we'll orbit Kerbin. Is there anything else we could do whilst Roninpawn go to Elu? That's slightly past my goals there. And Pony's saying, okay, now go to Duna. All right, well, they haven't given me the mission yet, so I can't. It's not allowed. But, you know, I could do it in the original VAB with, like, the 18-ton weight limit and 30 parts. I could get to Duna. Roninpawn over here. But I'm not going to. I don't want to show off. These are exactly the kind of mission I was talking about that I would almost never do. I just wouldn't do them. Maybe when I started building planes, I'd go out and have some fun, but you get these conduct an observational survey of Kerbin missions, and maybe they've changed, but in the past, I remember them being very bitchy, and they give you these missions when all you have is rockets without landing legs. And it's like, what? Maybe they've fixed it, but we'll do one of those. It's not yet. So let's just do the heat shield, because we're going to need one of those for our re-entry craft if we're going to try and orbit Kerbin. We only have 43.4 science, which means I can get 2 of these, but not 3. So stability would be radial decouplers and nothing else that matters yet. Survivability would be give me a heat shield. I've already got the heat shield for the 1.25 meter because I took that test, which means I don't have to unlock this right now. General rocketry gives me the Reliant, a big old solid fuel booster, and fuel tank. We want the bigger fuel tanks, and we want that. The Reliant we don't want because it doesn't have any gimbling. We're going to need gimbling at this point in our lives. So I think I'm going to get these 2 and not get the science yet because we do have the heat shield unlocked for the experiment, which is great timing, and we will go to orbit without parachutes. It's good. That's the thing, is like starting out a career mode, if you try and do everything, well, for me, when I try and do everything, people die. We need about 3,400 Delta V to get into an orbit around Kerbin. I've got the Delta V map right up here, and I looked up like the one that fit the screen nicest. And this is a good looking Delta V map. I presume this is not out of date. I've actually been able to do Kerbin Orbit just in testing with less than 3,400. So 3,400 is with a little bit of wiggle room. And I did the orbit and got everybody back alive, and they were tourists. So you know how much I cared about whether or not they came back alive. Give me probably another one and maybe even one more. I don't want it to be too tall if we can avoid it. We will be using the swivel, not the Reliant, as of yet. I do like the Reliant for the fact that it gives you more TWR, but it has no gimbling, or very little. You can't control where the damn spaceship is going when you're using it. Is a bit of a problem there. So with this, we've already got 2,211 meters per second. I think we're going to need more. Pong, you got enough, just launch it. You think I got enough with 3,330 meters per second? It's gonna be super fucking close, and we'll probably leave the pilot in orbit. You just want me to screw up a mission, don't you? Wait, but that's atmospheric, right? That's gonna be the thing. This is at altitude. In vacuum, we've got 4190 at sea level. So we do have enough. Let's do a little thrust limiting on here so that we're not blasting off with Team Rocket. 1.79. 1.79 is pretty good, actually, for a liftoff, I think. It's not going to do much. There's not much fuel between these two, really. They're going to burn out pretty goddamn quick. I doubt we get even 3 kilometers out of it. But that's a ship, then. That is a ship. Who's in the cockpit right now? Alright, we're trading back and forth in terms of pilots, and I really do need pilots right now for the SAS. So, Jeb did the first mission, Val did the second. Jeb's gonna try and take this orbital, and also, the life of Jeb is just less valuable to me. Round the blue ball. Oh, you're right. You are right. You are right, Pony. Round the blue balls. This is balls. SAS on, throttle to full. If this mission goes wrong and I did test the heat shield, then that means we can't launch this again and we'd need more science. Oh god. But I'm going to test the heat shield. Run the test. Boom. Heat shield is now tested. The other thing I'm going to do is F5 from here, just in case the game glitches. Not me. It's not you know, I'm going to do good. But if the game has a problem... Houston, could you give us a countdown?
Yeah, Pawn, I'm back. I got toilet paper and paper towel and, fifth of Jack, and some hand wash.
Well, thank you for taking care of our COVID preparedness. It's important all these Kerbals have washed hands.
Yeah, it turns out the pandemic actually doesn't affect them. They're little green men, so.
All right, well then, I want you to get on eBay and start selling all the masks and gloves and stuff that I bought, because I bought them early and the value has gone way up.
Will do. In 3, 2, 1, fire.
We're up and away. We're up and away.
Roninpawn.
Thank you, piece of scabies. Up and away, and the solid fuel is burning slow. I mean, it's sipping through it, which is nice. I don't have a lot of control authority right now, so I'm just trying to make little adjustments to get us turned in the direction that we want to go, which is the east. Just a little bit, just ever so much. Coming to the bottom of these solid fuel thrusters shortly. Trying to keep it from, it wants to go to the north, and I don't want it going to the north. We made a little bit too much speed on that. I'm gonna slow us down. I'm not gonna slow us down. I'm just gonna try and reduce the amount at which we are gaining speed. But wow, we actually made a really good height off of those. I'm surprised. I think we absolutely do have enough liquid fuel to make this work. We're high enough now. I'm still, you know, reasonably afraid of toppling the ship, so I don't want to turn down too much, but I do want to start turning down. Could turn on the F-12, the aerodynamic forces, and get a good look at what's going on, but that would be cheating. It wouldn't. It would be fine. We'd all be just completely comfortable with that. Let's get the maneuver node information out so I can see my Apo apps as it's climbing. Oh, that's so convenient. It's so convenient instead of jumping out to map mode. That said, I've been playing Kerbal for so long, I kind of do like the dance of jumping out to map mode and looking and then coming back and jumping out and looking. I mean, it's bad design, it's bad game design without this feature that's now here, so it's no longer bad game design. But I'm used to it, I like it. I've actually had a pretty good launch here. That was a very steady and smooth turn down the ball that's going to put us into orbit without wasting a lot of our fuel. In fact, I'm going to crank up our rocket now, and then to about 72 kilometers. Very nice. That was beautiful. It was smooth, buttery. Darth Analyst really just wants something to explode now. We'll give it a second. It's Kerbal Space Program. That could happen at any time. In fact, we'll just F5 from here. 72.6 kilometer apoapse, and we just need to circularize this thing, and we're in. We got 1745 meters per second, showing right there, apparently, based on what we've already spent. That's good. They really did make Kerbal Engineer kind of outmoded. We do have the ability to take new science data. We've already been to space before, so yeah. Go ahead and give me a temperature scan. Thank you. And go ahead and take that crew report. There's basically all the science we're going to collect on this mission, I think. 70 kilometers. We are now in space. I'm just going to turn down the ball. You want to keep the apoapse just out in front of you while you do an orbit. Most efficient way is to just keep it just barely ahead of you, which can be kind of difficult to do as it starts to rush in. But I'm going to go ahead and start up the engines and just hold the apoapse out in front of me. And if the apoapse starts to overtake you while you are doing this burn, just nose up a little bit. Just nose up a little bit. Periapse is at negative 300 kilometers right now, and then nose back down if it starts to run away on you. Something like that, something like that. You can also slow the engine down. Where are we? Oh, we've got a periapse. We've got a periapse. It's over here. Let's push that periapse up. Just doing a little light burn to 72, and we have ourselves our first orbit of Kerbin circularization. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, achieve orbit around Kerbin, indeed. Make it to Dooney yet, says Rex? Almost there. Nearly. And I'm going to do my best to try and get us to come down somewhere near the KSC, even though it would be more valuable to us to land somewhere that's not the KSC for the science. It's fun to try and get it back to where you started, isn't it? No boom? No boom today? Boom tomorrow? There's always a boom tomorrow? There's going to be a boom sooner or later. Peg the throttle at T-11 to apoapses. Really? Is that how you do it? Huh. I just, slowly and calmly manipulate it, if you know what I mean. I can't get the Kerbal out to take any more science readings at this point. We have to unlock new facilities and new abilities in order to do that. By the way, this is what it would look like on the dark side of Kerbin with all of the mods I've got installed. Ain't she pretty? Ain't she pretty? Oh, but she's pretty. If I want to come down at the KSC, I want to be a little bit more than a quarter of a turn around the planet, if I recall. In fact, like right there, I don't want to land in those mountains. Well, you'd get better data. Yeah, if I didn't die, I'd get better data. We're just going to burn the periapse down to 35 kilometers. Ready? So it's falling. 69. You can also read it over my shoulder over there if I just pull my arm in and twist myself a little bit. But we're just going to burn that periapse down. And 39, 38, 37, 35. 35069. Alright. We don't need this fuel tank with us on our way back. It will change our periapsis a little bit to burst it off, because, you've got delta V in the explosion of decoupling. But I'm going to do that anyway. So, F5. Okay. So now we'll just warp until we hit atmosphere. I much prefer the camera mode where the planet is under you. So let's go up to 3 times phys warp, and I'm going to turn SAS off. I'm going to go down phys warp, and then I'm going to try and get us turn the SAS back on. I'm going to try and get us facing our retrograde. And the other thing that I'll do, just for fun, I don't know if it'll even come up here, but I remember this being a thing. I can activate navigation on the KSC, which will put the KSC on the nav ball if it ever becomes of use to us. But by dropping our periapsis to 35 kilometers, now that we're in atmosphere and the atmosphere is slowing us down, you see that it's dropping more, and it will drop until we hit the planet. And that's how sciences does. And look, there's the moon! We're gonna have to come and see you at some point, Moon. It'll be lovely, or awful, as it usually is with the Moon. So SAS, and then off, and then go ahead and fizz warp me, and hopefully the atmosphere will just take us and hold us on our retrograde shortly here. We are now at 4 times fizz warp, with fingers crossed that the game doesn't implode, or in fact, I'll have 5 here. Goodbye, Moon. Nice seeing you and everything. In fact, one more look. It's so Kerbal can be pretty if you just install 1,000 fucking mods. Jeb, it's important that you come back here. We see that the ablator is, losing its ablates, because it is absorbing the shock heating of re-entering the atmosphere for us right now. So it's important to have enough ablator. I only left 60 on here, so hopefully 60 is enough from a low, slow Kerbin orbit. Fizz warp is a lot safer than it used to be, says nobody. I still don't trust it, though. I remember the Kraken. Yes, it's hard to forget the Kraken. I'm gonna, in fact, now that we're entering some actual heating effects, I'm gonna drop us down to 3 times fizz warp, and then 2, and then 1 at some point, probably. How are we doing on our attempt to hit the Space Center? We're going well past it right now, is what it looks like, but, this is always dropping and always dropping and always dropping, so we'll wave to the KSC as we pass over it. It's going to be down here somewhere, somewhere down there. Is that the island? I think that's the island airstrip. Let's go ahead and just slow that down. How's the ablator doing? 40. We don't have any heating ticks. The ablator is taking all of the heat away for us, which is nice. Is that... Where's the KSC, actually? I'm not sure where we are. With the clouds and everything, kind of hard to see. I turned off the city lights. Why are they still there? Did we make it over the mountain? Where are we? Yes, okay. Okay. We're coming down in the ocean. That's very, very nice. It's just lovely. Let's go ahead and F5 again. The ablator got down to 35, so we could have gone even lower on the ablator and its weight than we did. If we started at 60, we could have done it at 40 or even 30, because we probably could have sustained a little bit of heat shock to the actual capsule itself without dying. But this is good. They'll be able to just sail out and come pick us up. It's not like this is an entire ocean. We're almost to the next continent. No, that's not. It's not what you're seeing. Don't pay no attention to it. We can also pull up the parachute overlay here, and it will tell you if it's safe to deploy. It'll say safe. You can also see that visibly over here in terms of the color of the parachute, but I don't trust that. Oh, look we're going through the clouds, through the cloud cover. So pretty. Right before we died, this is what it looked like. Remember that. What we can do at this point, too, is we could jettison the heat shield, but it tends to just stick to you until the parachute comes out. But the heat shield is weight. So when the parachute deploys fully, the heat shield should drop away. And that is weight that, might impact how hard you hit the surface of whatever you're hitting. That said, there is a heat shield down there, and that should absorb some of the impact for you, so I don't know. It's just a thing you can do if you don't want the money for the heat shield, which I guess in hardcore mode I probably shouldn't have. I think I wanted the money. Look at how nice Kerbin's water looks. Dutch angles don't tend to imply good things are about to happen, so I'm not sure that I really should have a Dutch angle going on right now. 300 meters from the surface, we're at 4 times fizz warp just to get us down when we get near to splashing in the water. I will not trust fizz warp, and I don't recommend that you do. I recommend that you hit the water in regular fizz mode, and maybe even that you hit F5 before you do. Can't quick save while about to crash. No, I'm not about to crash. You're not about to crash, Jeb. You're fine. 5.2. See? I wasn't about to crash, dick. EVA. If I take the data out of there, and then I take the data out of the thermometer, and then I store it all again, an EVA report from here is worth something, even though the science thing didn't say it, so we can't trust that. Mod. Cool. And then you get back on board, and now it shows us that there are things that we could do. A crew report from the water worth 1.2, and a temperature scan 1.9 as well, and that should be all of the data. Jebediah, you did great. Excellent work. I'm surprised you're not dead, as are we all. Bring it back in, buddy. Remember when water equals instant death? That was the thing. Remember, especially for like Sonic the Hedgehog, man, water. in the modern games, instant death. We got 34, we're up to 34 science, which means we can't afford the tier that we needed to be able to afford after this because it's got the ablator in it that we just borrowed from, you know, a research job. It's always useful to sort of troll those research jobs for something that you want and don't have yet. We're up to 227,000 Kerbins, and Jebediah, having orbited the planet, has advanced to level 1. He actually learned something from that, so he should be able to do something else now. I don't know. But look, we've come to the end of day 1! Hour 9. The sun is setting. Beautiful. Brilliant timing. I can't believe things are going well. We should have exploded several times before now. We should be, like, desperate for, you know, crew. I'm running low. I'm sending, you know, Bob on missions or something. But no, here we are, and we've gotten through the beginning of the game. And at a record pace of 1 hour and 40 minutes. Remember when they were invulnerable if they landed on their head? Yeah, are they not anymore? Shit, that was my plan for landing on... Oh, God.
Hey! La, 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 la.